Fresh off one of the most important fights of his career, coming off a victory in a main event lightweight matchup this past Saturday in Long Beach, California, beating out JoJo Diaz in a 10-round war and looking to make a run at a lightweight strap. I'm Phil with Valera Boxing along with Coach Carlo, and we are joined
Hello.
again by the one and only Mercito, no mercy Gesta. Mercito, thanks for
Hey,
joining us once again. Hey,
hey,
congratulations on the victory and the new baby. It's nice to
yes,
finally
yes,
meet you, man. How are
yeah,
you?
thank you, and thank you for that introduction right there.
No doubt, man. You deserve it. You deserve it.
Oh, thank you. Yes,
Yeah, thank you for thank you Neil and Mercito for letting this happen. It's been a while since we last spoke to you, and I was like reaching out to you guys after after beating two Diaz's in a row.
oh yeah, that's right. I didn't even notice
you
that. That's
forgot
right.
that.
It's two
One's
Diaz.
Joseph and one's Joel Diaz. So
Yeah,
congratulations. You're on a roll right now, and
thank you.
we just we were so excied about that fight. Like it's almost like we couldn't watch. Like, oh my gosh, like you were. I must say though, like when going into this fight with JoJo, what did you know, or what did you see? What did you notice? Like that, what was his strength as you went in? Did you feel it early in the fight, or in the middle of the fight, or later rounds? So what are his strengths that you saw that you had to make adjustments for?
You know what? Pretty much our our plan is really just to outbox Jojo Diaz. That's what Marvin, even my dad, agrees to. Because Jojo could take a hit. And on top of that, he's a former world champion and also an Olympian, so he has some experience. So for us to kind of like plan to stop him or drop him or even knock him out, it's kind of like most likely it won't happen because he can take a hit. I've done it. My hand is even a little swollen from
Mm.
hitting him. And although there's a third round right there that I stay in the pocket, and my dad and Marvin, they would tell me, no, no, don't play his game. Do play your game. Outbox him. You're quicker than him. Be fast. Uh, and go circle around. That's all we need. So pretty much that's the game plan that we wanted to do. But Jojo is a experienced fighter. He know how he can get in, and but in the end, I'm trying to follow and execute the plan that we wanted to achieve.
You threw a lot of punches. You threw a lot of punches. You kept circling him to your going to your right, throwing a lot of his jabs, and you weren't afraid to exchange with him. You stood there, you exchanged with him, and you didn't look you didn't look so much tired. You look stronger, you look faster, you just your legs were there. What did you guys do differently that made you in so top shape?
Yeah, pretty much we just incorporate more a little bit of the conditioning training workout. Marvin suggested this guy, his name is Pedro. So sometimes after sparring in the afternoon, we do more conditioning, and sometimes instead of running, we go straight to the conditioning, and then we added that. And Pedro is pretty much he's been working with a lot of professional fighters, some good fighters, and so Marvin really um, wanted me to work with him, and that's what we added. And also, to jabs, a lot of jabs, tap and
Yeah,
be
beautiful.
first. That's what we've been working out, and that's what I did and try to follow them. Although like I said, the third round, I'm like, oh man, I just want to stay in the fight. Come on, let's do this. Fighter mentality. You just want to exchange. But
I know.
yeah, but you know what? Being a fighter, it's not just being strong or be tough. Like, if you want to last long, you gotta use your brain, you gotta use your technique, and really plan it before do something else, because it's not just all punching. It's kind of like a chess game. Play it around and be smart over there.
Mercito, so watching your last fight, I came across an interesting fact that I learned, and one of the announcers said you used to train Muay Thai. Is that true?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, actually, because my dad, he used to be an amateur boxer, but unfortunately, his parents doesn't want him to go pro, so he didn't go to boxing. I mean pro, and so he, when he got a little older, it's too late probably for him to go back to boxing. So he switched to kickboxing and then Muay Thai, and that's why my dad taught me when I was a kid. I compete a little bit of kickboxing and a little bit of Muay Thai when I was a kid. Not as much, but it's just enough for me to kind of learn. But from there, I went straight to pro. I don't have any amateur boxing experience, and I guess for me, it's like natural to me to learn it. It's not too hard for me to learn that. But yes, I have an amateur. I mean, I do have a Muay Thai background when I was a kid.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Hold on 1 second.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's 2 wins in a row now, and it seems that you're fighting with a new vigor and a new sense of urgency. Has the birth of your babies given you a different mentality when you step in the ring? And also, what advice has Marvin Samodio, your coach, been giving you concerning your approach these past 2 fights? Because you look hungry out there.
Well, definitely the baby. If I feel like it's a different chapter right now, because I'm not just fighting for myself. I have the baby, and it gives me motivation. And it excites me while I'm training. I've been in this sport for a while, and there's some times that I feel like it's kind of tiring already. I've been doing this for a while, but now that I have this baby, I feel like it was a reset. I'm like, oh, I'm fighting not just for me. I'm proud to fight because I want to represent it to my family, to my baby. And Marvin's advice is pretty much, well, he just told me that he can tell if the fighter is already done, if the fighter is, like doesn't have the hunger anymore, or he saw how I work in the gym, and he saw how I treat my body, because I don't have any, I don't drink, I don't have any addiction whatsoever. So that's just my lifestyle, and I think that helps. And so Marvin still think that like I can still last and and continue for this, because my body still feels young, and I don't have any injuries, although I do have when I was younger with my shoulder surgery, but that was like 6 years ago, and it's everything is good right now. So
I
yeah.
gotcha. You look young out there.
Thank you.
So the current state of Filipino boxing right now is kind of lackluster compared to what it was not too long ago. We've had some Filipino champions in the last year lose their belts, with the exception of Melvin Jerusalem, who just won a world title recently. Shout out to Melvin. With you being one of the more high-profile Filipino boxers in the scene right now, do you feel an added pressure going into these fights, knowing that you have to represent and really, in a sense, help restore and carry the glory of Filipino boxing?
Like I've said, I've been in this sport for a while, and ever since before, I have that feeling, the urgency, that kind of like a little pressure, but because I have too much experience right now, for me is just I'm just happy to represent Philippines and glad to represent our country, and the pressure is not there anymore, because I've experienced it. I've experienced people talk about bad things, people praise you, and then when you win and if you lose. So I've experienced all of that. So for now, it's like nothing to me. It's for me, it's just I am honored to represent the Philippines, and I'm proud to be, of course, a Filipino, to fight for the country.
Yeah.
And the pressure is not there anymore. I'm more focused on representing and doing this not just for myself, also for my baby and for family. And while I can, because I know I won't last in boxing in a long time. I will probably I will probably give myself good for like 4 years or maybe 3. Who knows? Who knows? So while I can, I'm gonna do my best and you know do my thing in there while I still feel good.
Gotcha. So before we let you go, I wanted to play a little game with you and get an idea of what you think about these current fighters that are in your division and that you could possibly face in the future. So I'm gonna name a fighter's name, and you just say the first sentence that comes to your mind, like right away. Okay.
All right.
So the first name I'm gonna bring up is Devin Haney.
That's a good fight. I like that fight.
How about Vasily Lomachenko?
It's hard, but I'm 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 challenged.
Gotcha. Gervonta Davis, Tank.
Great fight too.
Ryan Garcia.
I've been wanting that fight.
Yeah, I heard you name drop him, right?
Yeah.
Some out.
Now, Mercito, what happened to that fight? Because initially that was the fight that was set up for you, right?
Yes, yes.
How did that fall
So
through?
I actually signed a contract already for that,
Okay.
and I believe they said they didn't sign the contract, but I believe they signed a contract. Otherwise, ESPN won't post it, won't um won't say it to people and letting people know that he or fighting, because ESPN pretty much a reputable source. It's not just any
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of so what I believe is um it's not that he's scared to face me, but he wasn't ready. And the reason why I'm saying he wasn't ready, because I was preparing hard, I was training hard, and for him, he's probably taking it easy. He went to, I think, Korea to watch his brother. I think it was his brother, undercard Pacquiao, and that Korean guy or Japanese guy, I forgot.
DKU.
Yeah, yes, yes. And watch that, and then I'm training. I'm thinking, oh man, this guy's taking it easy. He doesn't know that I've been training hard for this. And coming back, he probably realized, oh man, uh, I'm not prepared, and if he might lose that Gervonta Davis fight.
That makes sense.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, kind of way, like I can't blame him, but at the same time, why he signed the contract, why I agree. If you are not even prepared, you're not professional if you're doing that. Yeah.
It sounded like he was scared, huh?
Yes, yes, yes. I know for sure he wasn't prepared that time. He wasn't prepared. He's a good fighter. I actually spar with him,
Oh
and
wow.
I can see some of his, weakness, and you know, when you say strong, like I don't see strong. I mean, he can pop. He's quick, but um, I don't think power wise, like strong. I've fought someone with a heavy hand. He's just quick. He's just quick, and the quick one, I know that's the one that can knock you out if you can't see it, if you can find it. But I am tested.
Yeah.
I'm tested, so I can take those. And so they probably know, and even his trainer Drew Goosen was telling him, like, it doesn't have to be Southpaw, it doesn't have to be Mercito, because they know. And even Drew Goosen wants me to work with him because they see that how I can what I can bring. When he was fighting the other Southpaw guy, I forgot what was from. I'm not sure, it was like Dominican. I forgot where's that from, and he was preparing for that one. And after that, I'm thinking, you know what, I want to fight. I can fight this kid, but I won't take the fact that he's good. Yes, he is, but I can see some flaws right there that I can get in, because I like to fight taller fighters. For me, it seems like a little harder for me to fight with my height or a little shorter fighters, but with taller fighters, I like to fight them. I feel like I can see myself to get in and can connect more.
What about Isaac Cruz?
Isaac Cruz, I see that's a tough fight because he's more, like I said, I don't like really fighting shorter fighters. He's shorter than me and he's more stocky. He just goes in right here. And but of course, I've seen how he fight. There's always a way how to study him, how to connect him. But the way he fight, you need to outbox him. You gotta outbox him. You can't just like um uh go with him and trade punches because he can hit. I can see it, even though I haven't sparred with him. I can see that. But to outbox him, you can do that.
What about George Cambosos Jr.?
Oh, George Cambuso, yeah.
I know you mentioned him last interview.
Yes. Uh that was a good fight too. I was supposed to spar with him before, but they were looking for someone. Uh, uh I think he's great, he's good, but I can see some things that I can do over there. How to fight him. I see it the way it is, and uh, but that was a great fight. That's gonna be a good fight too.
And last name, William Zepeda.
Oh, I think that might be the next fight that I'm gonna have. So that's a good one.
Uh, if Zepeda is next, but I would like to see that too, and hopefully it'll be here in the East Coast.
Oh, yes,
We would
yes.
love to have you here in
Oh,
Madison Square Garden in New York.
oh,
At
that'd
the
be great.
Garden.
I was thinking about one person, and I think you can really beat this guy. And I was thinking about Linares. Uh, What are the chances of you getting a rematch with Linares? Because I really think you can beat that guy. He couldn't put you away when he wanted you to. I mean, he
Yes,
tried his best, and he couldn't. You stood there.
yes, I believe it. So, I sparred with him a long time ago. I did good, and then, um, of course, time for a fight. When we fought, that wasn't really the right camp that I have. I'm with
Okay.
I'm with Freddie that time. And Freddie's having he's forgetful, and all my sparring partner is just one person. It's not. I won't mention the name, but he's also a former professional. He's already retired, and that's just my sparring on a whole camp, and he's retired.
Understandable.
And that's all I'm doing. And he's not even the same speed or height with Lomachenko. I'm like, what is this? And
Okay.
so I think that's not the right camp I have. And then after fighting him, actually, they want me to spar him that was in Vegas. That was his camp versus Lomachenko. And
Mhm.
so from there, I already felt him. So when I was sparring, I'm like, oh man, I can hit him easy right now. I know how to fight him. But I don't know. Let's see if he's still. I know he's still active, right? But
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, he is. I see some footage of him working out and stuff, and
yeah,
I think that like any fight you have now will be a real a big name for you. So but you know, coming from you, who do you want next,
um,
if you prefer?
if I prefer, I would say I will start with Cepeda.
Okay.
Yes,
Wow.
Cepeda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
It's
Both
a
of
good
us
matchup.
face JoJo Diaz, and Cepeda is a non-stop, non-stop like just forward fighter, and I see some of his flaws. Um, Style-wise, JoJo is way better, but the pressure and non-stop, I would say he's more. And I like when a fighter when they come in and I see some opening. That's where I connect my counter. And I see a Cepeda is not really a good defensive fighter. He's just more offense. So I see myself connecting and countering and see and connect a good punch, and who knows if that punch can uh will surprise him, and punches that you won't see, that's the one that can knock your opponent.
Uh,
Yeah.
After the decision of that fight, what did JoJo say to you?
You know what? I have respect to him. He has respect. He has his own thing. I actually spoke to him. I told him, so much respect to you. I know what's going on, in your life. Just go back. You can bounce back, and you're a great fighter, and you can still bounce back, and pretty much he's like, oh, okay, I respect, something like that. And for me, it's just a job. It's just our job right
Nothing
there.
personal.
Yeah, nothing personal. Unless you really like push me or do something like that's a different story. Like, okay, I have a Muay Thai background. I can kick your shit.
Kick your leg.
Yeah, be limping. But of course, that's when it's worse comes. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, like, we're looking forward to really seeing you. Hopefully, we get to see you fight in the East Coast. Your history has been like just fighting on the West Coast and stuff. So you already have plenty of fights. So it's like you've been doing this before everyone else. Other big Filipino names that came after you. But we know that you had plenty of fights under your belt, and you're one of the few, and we admire that from you. We admire that. We're proud represent you, and this is such an honor to have an interview with you. Now, we're gonna go and we're gonna go to the gym and hit the bag with our Adidas gloves.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you. Well, it's such an honor for me too. I mean, I appreciate you guys interviewing me and your support. I thank you guys for this.
Definitely. Mercito, congratulations again on your victory, as well as your growing family.
Yes.
And hey, tell Marvin we said what's up.
Oh,
and we'll see you again, hopefully.
Awesome. Yes, I will.
Right.
Definitely. Yeah.
Mercito, thank you again, and tell Neil thank you very much. And we'll keep in touch, and on to the next fight, and we'll keep in touch.
All
God
right.
bless.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Mercito.